A vessel engaged in fishing, whether underway or at anchor, shall exhibit only the lights and shapes prescribed in this rule. A vessel, when engaged in trawling, by which is meant the dragging through the water of a dredge net or other apparatus used as a fishing appliance, shall exhibit 2 all-round lights in a vertical line, the upper being green, the lower white, or a shape consisting of 2 cones with their apexes together in a vertical line, one above the other. A masthead light abaft of and higher than the all-round green light, a vessel of less than 50 metres in length shall not be obliged to exhibit such a light, but may do so. When making way through the water, in addition to the lights prescribed in this paragraph, sidelights and a stern light. This is an important distinction. It's one of a handful of vessels with a special condition that when they're actually propelling themselves through the water with their machinery, have to turn on their navigation or aspect lights. When they're still in the water, i.e. they're underway but they're not making way, they turn off those aspect lights. Let's see what this trawler looks like from different angles then. Here we obviously have a trawler over 50 metres because it has the additional masthead light and it's port side too. Rotating round, we have the same trawler with the green over white to indicate trawling, the additional masthead light to indicate over 50 metres, and now we can see it's head on as we can see both of those aspect lights, port and starboard. Rotating round again, same trawler, starboard side too this time. And finally, finishing the rotation, the trawler from astern. We can no longer see the additional masthead lights because masthead lights face forward. The green over white to indicate trawling are all round lights, 360 degrees, and the stern light, 135 degrees, visible only from the stern. No side lights because we cannot see them. A vessel engaged in fishing other than trawling shall exhibit 2 all-round lights in a vertical line, the upper being red and the lower white, or a shape consisting of 2 cones with apexes together in a vertical line, one above the other. When there is outlying gear extending more than 150 metres horizontally from the vessel, an all-round white light or a cone apex upwards in the direction of the gear. When making way through the water, in addition to the lights prescribed in this paragraph, side lights and a stern light. So similar to the trawler then, if we're underway not making way, we just have red over white for a fishing vessel. Once that vessel starts propelling itself with its own machinery, it has to turn on its aspect lights, i.e. its side lights and its stern light. Let's rotate around the vessel from different aspects then. Here, fishing, port side 2 making way. Rotating round, we have the same vessel fishing from ahead, as we can see both of those side lights. Carrying on the rotation, we see the same fishing vessel, this time starboard side 2, making way because it's got that aspect light on. And from astern, we can see the all-round lights to indicate a fishing vessel with that 135 degree stern light. The additional signals described in Annex 2 to these regulations apply to a vessel engaged in fishing in close proximity to other vessels engaged in fishing. Annex 2 is something we will look at in more detail later in the course. A vessel, when not engaged in fishing, shall not exhibit the lights or shapes prescribed in this rule, but only those prescribed for a vessel of her length. So once she is not engaged in that activity of fishing, she's not hampered by her gear anymore. So under Rule 18, responsibilities between vessels, she would simply be a power-driven vessel. And as a power-driven vessel, she must only show the lights relevant to being a power-driven vessel, i.e. masthead light, stern light and side lights.